Hi, I'm Evaldo Albuquerque, and today I want to talk to you about the dollar index. So we are looking at a daily chart of the index. As you know, the dollar index measures the performance of the dollar against 6 other major currencies. So I like to use the dollar index to help me with my trades. When I see that the dollar index is rising, I tend to focus on buying the dollar against other currencies. And when I see that the dollar index is in a downtrend, I tend to focus on selling the dollar against other currencies. As you can see, the dollar has been trading in a tight range between 80 and 78, so it hasn't moved a whole lot this year. But notice that the dollar index is now approaching a key level, and that's the support line, this trend line that goes back to last October when the dollar started this rally. So the dollar index is now approaching this key support line, but also at the top you can draw this resistance line. So that means that the dollar index is approaching a point where it will have to break out of this trading range. It will have to break out of this trading range. So once that happens, you will have a clear direction, a clear sense of direction of the dollar. So if there is a breakout to the downside, you want to be focusing on selling the dollar against other currencies. And if there is a breakout to the upside, you should be focusing on buying the dollar against other currencies. The direction of the breakout will depend a lot on what's happening with the euro, because the euro is responsible for more than 50% of the weight in this index. So let's take a look at the euro. And I want to show you the weekly chart of the euro. My personal opinion is that the dollar index will break to the upside and the euro will move lower. So my personal opinion is that the dollar will have a rally. And as you can see in this weekly chart of the euro is trying to move above this trend line. But I expect the euro to face a lot of selling pressure because this is a long-term trend line that goes back to last year, as you can see in this weekly chart. So every time the euro has come close to this line, it has faced selling pressure. So I expect the same thing to happen now with the euro approaching 133 and 134. I expect to see a lot of selling pressure. Notice also that above that trend line there is the 40-week moving average. So this will also provide resistance to the euro. So it's very unlikely that the euro will manage to break above 135. So we are likely to see a lot of selling pressure between 134 and 133, and that's why I expect the dollar to rally. Once the euro fails to move above the trend line, we should see the euro moving lower and the dollar index moving higher. And that's why for this moment I'm focusing on buying the dollar against other currencies. So make sure you watch the dollar index, and that's the way you can use the dollar index in your trades. If there is a breakout to the upside, you should be focusing on buying the dollar against other currencies, and if the dollar index breaks to the downside, you should be focusing on selling the dollar against other currencies. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching.